Hello friends, welcome to all. Myself Vishal Chukidas. Today we will discuss about pyrometers for temperature measurement. And this topic is covered in the subject of industrial instrumentation. Now, before starting this, we must know the principle of pyrometer. What is pyrometer? So, pyrometer is a device which uses for the measurement of temperature without contact. It means, for example, we have seen the resistance temperature detector, then thermocouple, and thermistor. So these transducers are also used for temperature measurement, but they should be mounted on the hot body or the temperature to be measured. It means if we have to measure temperature of any body, then we have to mount thermocouple to that body. It means thermocouple should be in contact with the hot body. Then also we can measure temperature of that body. So these transducers are known as contact type transducers, but pyrometer is different. Pyrometers is used for the non-contact type temperature measurement. For example, temperature range is very high, then at that time we can measure the temperature from some distance, or in some places there are moving parts and we have to measure the temperature of moving parts. So at that time also pyrometer is important. Pyrometers. Pyrometry is a technique for measuring temperature without physical contact that we have already discussed. It depends upon the relationship between the temperature of hot body and electromagnetic radiation emitted by the body. So, pyrometry depends on the relationship between temperature of hot body. Hot body means the the temperature to be measured of body. It is known as hot body. And electromagnetic radiation is emitted from the body. So, pyrometry is based on this radiation. It is a technique for determining body's temperature by measuring its electromagnetic radiation. Okay. We are not measuring directly temperature, but we are measuring the electromagnetic radiations. So this concept is used in pyrometry. Pyro is the Greek word which means fire. So they are used under the conditions where corrosive vapors or liquid will destroy the thermocouples, thermistors and resistance thermometers if they are made to come in contact with the measured medium. Two types of pyrometers used in industries. One is radiation pyrometers and another one is optical pyrometer. So here we can see the practical pyrometer. Here also one pyrometer is there. Now principle. Pyrometry depends on the relationship between the temperature of hot body and the electromagnetic radiation emitted by the body that we have already seen. When a body is heated, it emits thermal energy, and this energy is called as heat radiation or thermal radiation. It lies in the wavelength from 0.1 to 100 micrometer. Pyrometer has an optical system and detector. We will see in the we will see in detail what is the optical system and what are the detectors are used for the detection of the temperature. The optical system focuses the thermal radiation onto the detector. So optical system, we know that it focuses on the thermal radiation on the detector, and the output signal of the detector is related to the thermal radiation or irradiance J of the target object through Stephen Boltzmann law. The constant of proportionality called the Stephen Boltzmann constant and the emissivity E of the object. So, what is the Stephen Boltzmann law? This law is the J is equal to sigma T raised to 4. Now, what is J? It is a thermal radiation emitted by the black body, and sigma is the Stephen Boltzmann constant, and T stands for absolute temperature in Kelvin. So, pyrometry is a method of finding a body's temperature by measuring its electromagnetic radiation. So, this is the principle of pyrometer. Now, we will start with radiation pyrometer. Radiated energy is converted into electromotive force by the thermopile. This potential then be measured by one member of the vase. It means radiated energy is converted into electrical signal with the use of thermopile. Now, what is thermopile? If number of thermocouples are connected in series, then we get the device is known as thermopile. So, thermopile is used for conversion of radiated energy or radiation into EMF. And the EMF is directly proportional to the temperature of hot body. It can respond to very short wavelength as well as very short wavelength. Now, what are the components are used in a radiation pyrometer? So, there are two components. One is lens and another one is radiation detector. So, we have already discussed that detector is a thermopile or thermocouple. This type of detectors are used, and one lens is used for focusing the radiated energy onto the detector. Now, this is the figure for the radiation pyrometer. Here we can see different components. Here is the hot object or hot body, and radiation from hot body, it means this white rays are focuses on the lens. Here we can see lens. So radiation is directly focuses on this lens, and this lens will divert all the radiated energy onto the detector or thermopile. So this energy is directly concentrated on the thermopile. Now we know the function of thermopile. It will convert the temperature into electromotive force or EMF. So output of a thermopile will be EMF or voltage V, and it will be given to the recording instrument for the record. So this is the concept of pyrometry. So we know that we can see that there is no need of any contact with hot body. It means we are using the only these rays radiated rays for the measurement of temperature. So, a radiation pyrometer comprises of a lens to focus the radiated energy from the body whose temperature is recorded on a detector or receiving element. Okay, so detector is a thermopile. It is also known as receiving element. The receiving element can be of different forms. Okay, it is not necessary that it should be thermocouple or thermopile. It may be thermocouple, thermopile, or resistance thermometer, or any other temperature transducer we can use for the detector or receiving element. In order to indicate the temperature indicator or recorder or controller is connected to the receiver element. In this case, we have seen that recording instrument is there, but it may be indicating type instrument. If there is no requirement of record, then we can use indicating instrument also, and that will indicate the temperature. Sometimes controller is also used in place of this recording instrument. When the total energy radiated by the hot body, whose temperature is to be measured, enters the pyrometer, it is focused by the lens on the detector that we have already seen. All energy are focused to the lens, and lens is directly focused on the thermocouple. So detector here, in this case, detector is a thermopile. We know that thermopile is comprises of several thermocouples connected in series. So this is the operation or working of radiation pyrometer. Now, the main theory behind the radiation pyrometer is that the temperature is measured through the naturally emitted heat radiation by the body that we have already seen. This heat is known to be the function of its temperature. So, heat radiation is directly proportional to temperature. It means there is changes in temperature, then the radiation will be changed. Okay. So, according to the application of the device, the way in which the heat is measured can be summarized into two categories. One is total radiation pyrometer. Now, what is total radiation pyrometer? In this method, the total heat emitted from the hot source is measured at all wavelengths. The total heat emitted from the hot source or hot body is measured at all wavelength. It means all wavelengths are included in the total radiation pyrometer. Now second one is the selective radiation pyrometer. So as the name suggests, in this method the heat radiated from the hot source is measured at a given wavelength. So it is a particularly selective range is there. Total range is not included, total wavelength is not included in the selective radiation pyrometer. So here we can see the block diagram of radiation pyrometer. So here we can see hot body, then lens is there, and lens will be focused on this. And by adjusting this mirror we can focus to the detector, and we have already seen the detector may be the thermopile or thermocouple or any other temperature transducer, and this is the adjustable eyepiece. Okay, so we can adjust the distance and output of temperature detector is given to the temperature display. It may be indicate the temperature, it may be used for the recording purpose, or it may be also used for the controlling purpose. So that we have already seen before. Now advantages and disadvantages. What are the advantages? It can measure the temperature higher than the optical pyrometer. Okay, it means the radiation pyrometer is range of radiation pyrometer is higher than the optical pyrometer. So we can consider this as a advantage. Then non-contact device. So we have already seen that this is works in non-contact device. And fast response. We know the speed of the radiated rays are very high. So speed of the response using this radiation pyrometer is very high. So fast response is there. So this is also advantages. And they are capable of measuring high temperatures. So we can consider this also as a advantage. And they have high output and moderate cost. Okay, high output. So this is also we can consider as advantage. So these are some advantages. Now we will see disadvantages. So emissivity errors are introduced because emissivity of target material affects the measurement. So there may be errors may be introduced. Errors due to the absorption of radiation by carbon dioxide, water, or other apparently transparent gases. See, we will see in figure. See, in this case, whenever radiation starts from here and it travel to the lens, in between this environment there are carbon dioxide or water or such type of elements may be there, and due to this there is a absorption of radiation energy. So due to this the error may be introduced because total radiation is not reached at the lens. So at that time errors is introduced in the measurement. And another advantage is another disadvantage is non-linear scan. Non-linear. It means whenever in any measurement or any system, if it is non-linear, then it is considered as a disadvantage. Now infrared radiation pyrometers. So infrared spectrum range from 0.22 micrometer to 17 micrometer, and the body and the commonly used portion is 2 to 7 micrometer. So this is the range of infrared spectrum, and it is used for the infrared radiation pyrometer. And application. A very practical application of infrared pyrometer is in the 8 to 14 micrometer range is a hotspot detector. Now another pyrometer is two color radiation pyrometers. They are also called as ratio pyrometers. What is the principle behind this? These devices measure the radiated energy of an object between two narrow wavelength bands and calculates the ratio of two energies, which is a function of the temperature of the object. So this is the principle for two color radiation pyrometers. So what is the main things in this? We are using two narrow wavelength bands and then calculate the ratio of two energies, and from this ratio we are using the measurement purposes. This is the principle of two color radiation pyrometer. Here we can see this is the graph of radiation energy and wavelength. It is a graph of radiation energy versus wavelength. Okay, so we have select here two wavelength, lambda 1 and lambda 2. Okay, so if we take the ratio of H1 upon H2 changes as a function of temperature. Now what is H1 and H2? It is the relative energy of at temperature T1 and T2, or at wavelength lambda 1 and lambda 2. So this ratio changes as a function of temperature. Okay, so this concept is used in two color radiation pyrometers. Now what are the advantages? The ratio technique may eliminate or reduce errors in temperature measurement that is caused by changes in emissivity, surface finish, and energy absorbing materials such as water vapor between the thermometer and the target. So this is the solution or remedies of radiation pyrometer. It means by using this technique we can reduce the error due to emissivity, surface finish, or some energy absorbing material like carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. Now we will see the applications of pyrometer. So pyrometers are used for temperature above the practical operating range of thermocouples. It means whenever the temperature range is very high, at that time we can use pyrometer because it is a non-contact type device. They can be used in the environments which contaminate or limit the life of thermocouple. It means in some environments the thermocouple life will reduces due to the atmosphere or any other parameters nearby objects. Used for moving targets. Okay, pyrometer can be used for moving targets. So there is no need of contact, then we can use easily for moving targets also. They are used for measurement of average temperature of the large surface areas. See, if there is any large surface area, then we can use this for average temperature measurement. They are used for the targets which would be damaged by contact with primary elements like thermocouples and resistance thermometers. So this is a non-contact type device, so we can use for this type of environment where the contact type transducers may be damaged. So at that time pyrometers are useful. They are used for the targets not easily accessible like furnace interiors. Okay, whenever in a furnace there are very high temperatures, and in interiors of furnace we can measure using this device. So these are the applications for pyrometer. Thank you.